Okay, on number 2, we're constructed a rhombus TRUH such that TU and RH, TU and RH are given down below. So let's do a little thumbnail sketch for this one, see what this thing is going to look like. So on number 2, we're making a rhombus, which is equilateral, quadrilateral, and it's called TRUH. So just put these around the outside of it here. And what we're looking at is TU. TU, notice that that's one of the diagonals, and then RH is the other diagonal. So the pieces that we're given down here at the bottom of our sheet, these are the 2 diagonals of our rhombus. And these 2 diagonals are perpendicular to each other, and since it's a parallelogram, they also bisect each other, so they're going to meet at the midpoint. So in order to make this rhombus, all we have to do is copy one of these, either TU or RH, find its midpoint by making the perpendicular bisector, and that will be where we put the other one of the diagonals at its midpoint. Should be pretty easy to do. So let's go ahead and find the midpoints of each one of these TU and RH to start off with. Another two-tailed fish. Okay, so there's a point over here at T, another point over here at U. Find these 2 points of intersection. And just need to follow this back to where that midpoint is going to be. Right, and now let's do the same thing with RH. Just now realizing I probably could have just copied this onto the sheet of paper and did it that way. Too late. Okay. Let's find a midpoint of this one. Here, why don't I just do that for RH? Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay. So I'm going to copy RH. Modifying my plan here. I'm going to copy RH onto my goldenrod piece of paper and then bisect it, so I don't have to bisect it twice. Okay, so here, random segment. Let's put R on one side of it. Use my compass setting from RH. Here's point H. I'll bisect that, find its midpoint, and then I'll be able to throw TU onto it, the perpendicular bisector, since I already found that midpoint. All right, stretch this to a little bit more than half. Do a two-tailed fish, one from R, one from H. This time I do want to put the actual perpendicular bisector in there, because someplace on here should be T and H. T and U. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and now since I have the midpoint of this one, half of this from T to that midpoint will be on the top part, and the other half will be on the bottom part, so I needed to find the midpoint anyway. So I will stretch my compass from T to this midpoint, and I'll transfer that distance to this vertical perpendicular bisector. There's the top point, here's the bottom point, here's our point T, here's our point U. Oops. And now just connect the dots back to R and H. R back to U, and U to H, and there we have ourselves a rhombus, THUR, such that its diagonal lengths are given to us.